next up, we have Moses Garelik, a Kabbalah and spiritual mentor and teacher who comes from a long line of a great lineage of rabbis, descendants through the centuries, and faithful to the vision of the Rebbe Menachem Mendel Schneerson, who has a lot of personal resonance for me. A lot of my dear friends in Brooklyn grew up in that lineage, and I've learned a lot about his teaching. But for Moses, the idea is to go beyond this idea of the chosen people, to bring these teachings out to the world. And let me welcome him up. Yeah.
I want to express gratitude for being here now with you. We've heard so much, we've seen so much beauty in the last 2 days, heard so much beauty. I would like to dedicate some of the time that we have allocated here now also to some silence. So only if you wish and only if you feel comfortable, we can take a moment in silence, and throughout the talk, if you feel comfortable, keep the eyes closed. We've had so much stimulation coming in from the outside. See if in the next 20 minutes you can have an experience inside. Go inwards. And the invitation is to take a few nice deep conscious breaths. After each exhale, be aware of each inhale. Each inhale is an amazing gift to nourish self, to energize self. Throughout yesterday and today, we've been spending time together on this quest in relation with AI, generally known as artificial intelligence. I want to propose that it's not an issue, as we've heard already, if AI is good or bad. It's really who is in relation to AI. And I would like to propose that AI should be the aware I. So see if you can connect with the aware I within you. Right now, we're experiencing a journey from me to I. Me is what some of us can relate to, the reptilian brain, the amygdala, the part of the brain that is making sure that me don't die. Me wants to survive. The I is the aware I, consciousness, flow. Now I'm not trying to create a schizophrenic experience here, just to be aware of these different mechanisms and possibilities we have within self. And take a moment to identify, can you relate to the me? The one that is nourished by fear, the me versus you, me versus the us versus them? Or can you tap into I, present I? Oh, I am, I flow. So what I want to share with you right now is something that not many are aware. is that while the me is nourished by fear, so a healthy me is the one that keeps on being alert to any potential danger. Please, let's not try to kill that me. Me is doing a fantastic job. In case of danger, we want a healthy me. Some will call it the ego me. So think of the lion that marks my territory. Everything that is in is mine. As soon as this animal senses that my is safe, what does a good lion do? Goes to sleep. He's good. What wakes him up? The me senses another male coming into my territory. Hunger, whatever is a potential danger, will awaken the me. The me is a reactor. Thank you, me, for being an amazing reactor. What does me react to? Any potential danger. And one of the most common situations that the me perceives as a potential danger is when you try to do everything to become a present I. Have you had that experience where you go into meditation and I just want to be so present, and the mind and everything starts working against it? That inner conflict that so many experience. The inner conflict is the I wanting to flow, I love. And me go, no way, we've done it last time, and trauma, stories. We've got so many reasons not to do it again. Me is starting to lose control. And when me senses losing control, it's equivalent to death. And me, no want to die. So me, fight, I know I sound, it's not proper English, but with time, we have new grammar coming up, so we'll be able to handle this. Me reacts always to I. Now let's go to the I side. I am love. I flow. I love you. I love all of you. I love all of humanity. I love all the species. I love planet Earth. I love the whole cosmos. This is who I am. I love. Who do I love the most? Me. Because who better than I to know what me went through? I know when me starts, the inner conflict goes, no way. Oh, if I am in the passenger seat as the I, and the me is at the steering wheel, then me is controlling with fear. The moment I am at the steering wheel of life, and the me is coming with conflict, oh, I love you. I know your stories. I've been there with you. I know all the trauma. It's okay. I love you. So this is the journey, in simple words. Thousands of years of Kabbalah in a very simple slide. The journey from me to I. So I want to go through with you now a very simple exercise. And feel free, with eyes closed, to go deep in, because it's not important what you're seeing or what you're hearing. It's more about being aware of what's happening within you now. Have you ever been in a situation, and I'm taking a very simple anecdote, where you see someone doing something, but you can tell there's a gap between who that person is and what they're actually doing? Do you know, for instance, you see that person jogging in the street, and you can tell they have sneakers on, they're actually running, but it doesn't seem like they want to run. Someone kicked them out of the house, a coach, a parent, a spouse. you gotta go out there. And so they're jogging, but the being doesn't really want to do. These are simple 5 steps that Kabbalah invites you to being able to do as a consequence of who you truly are. So if I can invite you again, only if you feel comfortable with eyes closed, a few nice, deep, intentional breaths. And in this silence, before we start, perhaps we can take a moment to express so much gratitude. Gratitude to Source. Source that is within each one of us. Source that is pushing Loic to do this. Source that got the whole team organized here. Source that is making all of this happen. So from this moment here, step number 1. Be aware that you are. Go inwards. Check yourself right now. Maybe you're still on that phone. Maybe still trying to listen to what I'm saying. Maybe still trying to look at the slides. Go inwards. Are you here now? Are you aware? If you are, well, here you are at the first step. You are in the I am. What happens when you go through step number 1 and you are? This is what Kabbalah calls emanation. Step 2 is you're an emanation. What is emanation? Anyone who sees aura, senses energy, knows that when a person, not only a person, when any form of life is being, it emanates. Like the sun. We know the sun through its emanation. I want to give you a simple test to see if you are in emanation state. I'll ask you a question, and only if you feel comfortable, feel free to shout it out. If I ask you now, we have some time together. What can we experience together? What is possible? How many potential answers are there to this question? How do you feel? What is possible? Anyone? Thank you. A little louder, please. Thank you. How many possibilities are there right now? A little louder, please. Infinite, limitless. Thank you. Anyone answering right now, we have infinite, limitless potential, is in emanation. Just test yourself. Imagine that I meet you in the middle of the day when you're rushing between one important meeting to another one, and the first one ran late. So you're running to the second meeting and you're late. And I meet you in the street while you're running, and I stop you and I go, we have some time here now. What is possible right now? Will you tell me, oh, infinite possibilities. I gotta go, leave me alone. That's the me. That's not emanation. But if you are able to bring yourself to a moment and go, oh, right here, right now, anything is possible, you're at step 2. You're emanating. Now, emanation can be blissful, but not much will happen. Not much will get done. So step 3 is creation. I know at emanation stage that right now anything is possible. We can choose all to take a ticket and tomorrow morning fly to Melbourne, Australia. Is that a possibility? Yes, in emanation, it's one of the possibilities. At creation level, I go, okay, I know that's a possibility, but I actually want to create this. So for instance, that after the talk here, I want to go take a walk. Beautiful, that's a creation. So I'm focusing, I know I have access to endless potentiality, and I want to create a walk. What kind of a walk? Oh, any walk is possible. It could be a walk that might be with sneakers, jogging, or I might go to the seaside and walk barefoot, or I might want some heavy shoes for a beautiful hike on a mountain. So step number 4 is formation. Whenever you're creating, you want to give it a clear form. So I choose to take a walk. Well, it's going to be with sneakers and I want to jog. Now, this is important to remember. You might master these 4 steps. You might be present, I am. You might be already in emanation. Oh, I know that the field of endless potentiality, I have access to it. You might be at step 3, I am creating the walk. You might be at step 4, I know it's going to be with sneakers, and you're still laying in bed. Nothing is happening. Step 5, manifestation. You actually take those sneakers, you put them on, and you walk out. If you see anyone jogging that went through this process, there's no gap between the being and the doing. It is a being that is doing. So here's what I want to offer to all of you today. We've been talking about AI for 2 days. Well, some of us for months and for years. If we are in the me state, we will fear it. And we might create something that we might have to fear. And we might use something that we will fear. If we are collectively in an I state, wow, we've seen in the last 2 days all the amazing possibilities that are coming through AI. And the AI is enhancing the aware I. So very quickly, I just want to suggest 3 ancient but simple practical solutions. May I invite you to a moment, to a nice deep breath. When you hear this, it might not be new to you. It might just be a friendly reminder. Or whatever it is, go inwards and see what is resonating for you. The first solution. In Hebrew, neshama is the soul. The same word, just different vowels. If you're aware, in Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew has no vowels. So the same word of soul is an intentional breath. Your easiest path, if you find yourself in the me state, oh my God, me took the driving seat, and you want to move the steering wheel to I, take a nice, intentional, deep breath. When you take, and I'm being careful with the word, an intentional deep breath, who is the one taking the intentional, the conscious deep breath? Consciousness, I. So if you are able to take a conscious deep breath, you already know that the steering wheel is in the hands of I. So simple. Number 2. We've heard so much today about circles. I want to invite all of you. This is ancient wisdom. What's happening here today? We all gathered together. As much as I love technology, and I want to send gratitude to those moments when technology wasn't working perfectly. Oh, so beautiful. So it reminds us the relationship with technology. Remember that the deepest technology that we have is right here. Us. We're here. As soon as we start resonating together, this is one of the deepest ways that we can evolve together and experience presence. So please, as much as you use the iPhone or anything you've got to get together with people, whenever you can, get into circles in person. 3, Shabbat. Shabbat is the moment where you say, thank you, technology, thank you, AI, but for this moment, no matter if it's going to be a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a lifetime, you are a tool. And right now I'm going to dedicate to Shabbat. I am present. So give yourself some moments free of technology. What does Shabbat lead to? Shabbat leads to Shalom. Shalom is inner peace, serenity. And when each one of us is in inner peace, it has a ripple effect. We start experiencing outer peace. So if you've ever heard someone telling you, oh, Shabbat Shalom, they say it quickly. They're talking about an ancient wisdom. You go into Shabbat, you get away from everything, and you start experiencing Shalom. May I invite you for a moment to go inwards and take this moment to experience gratitude for all that have made this moment possible for us. All the ancestors that came before us, all the ones who are alive now, everyone is contributing to this amazing moment here now, and all those that are going to benefit from us making this choice from me to I. Thank you.
All right, some sagacious Kabbalistic wisdom brought down to earth.